Hello again. Lovely warm welcome to you this week. Now, this week I wanted to talk about if you decided to take the plunge and go for some leadership development training, what are you faced with? Now, if you've ever tried to go looking for leadership development training, I suspect you feel like you've taken a drink from a fire hydrant. The sheer wealth of stuff that's out there that you can do, courses you can do, coaching you can do, online events, offline events, standalone, asynchronous, whatever expression you might want to use. Goodness me, what a wealth of stuff out there is. I did a search recently on Google, leadership development training interventions, and 8.5 billion hits came up. 8.5 billion. Now, you've obviously got, as a small business owner, loads of time to go wading through all that stuff to find the course that's a good fit for you, right? Or not? Probably not. So it can be hard to know which of those, 8.5 billion are any good, which of them are quality, which of them will be suitable for you, which of them will speak to your preferences, and which ones kind of meet you where you are in terms of where your current skill set kind of sits and where it is that you need some help. So I thought what I'd do is kind of offer some kind of ideas that you might be able to use that would help you kind of navigate that 8.5 billion. Did I mention 8.5 billion? 8.5 billion, potentials if you go Googling for learning development in all about leadership. Okay, so the first one is, do you know what needs to be different? Have you done some sort of diagnostic about what you're doing and what you're not doing and what you'd like to do differently? That might be a good place to start. Do you know if you want a coach or a course? Do you know if you want to do something online or in person? Do you want to do it on your own or with a whole bunch of other people? Do you go for one of those reassuringly expensive names like Henley or Oxford? Or do you follow and use the little solopreneur that's just down the road from you? Do you swear by a recommendation, or do you just prefer to kind of self-source it and trust your own judgment about what you're looking at? Do you care about a shiny certificate at the end of it? So is it important to you that it's certified by somebody like the ILM or the CMI, or quite frankly, it's just for you, so who cares? So there are quite a few choices. And I guess what I thought I'd offer is just some tips about how you might navigate that. So when it comes to choosing between a coach and a course, for example, think about what's getting in your way. Is it because you don't know how to do something, so it's a lack of knowledge? Or is it because you know what you need to do, but you just don't want to? So it might be more of a mindset issue, for example. I wrote an article recently about the difference between skill set and mindset, which you might want to go and take a look at after this. But basically, if you want to know how to do something, get a course. If you want to know why you're not doing something, get a coach. In terms of choosing a big name or a local one, this is tied to accreditation, really. What do you want that leadership development for? Is it for your benefit alone? Or is it to demonstrate that competence to others? If it's the former, then a local provider will probably be just fine. Thank you very much. Not to mention probably more affordable, probably more easily to bespoke to your current needs as well. If you prefer watching to reading, maybe consider a group event where you can kind of learn by watching other people. And ditto if you prefer in person to online. Now, if you have a think through those questions first, I think you'll turn into a super savvy shopper when it comes to picking something that will help you with your leadership development journey. So I know that the world of leadership development is a scary and overwhelming place, and finding your way through that mire of offerings can be tricky. But if you take a couple of seconds to answer those questions earlier, maybe it might help you pick what works for you out of that 8.5 billion hits. As always, if you're still not sure and fancy kicking the topic around at my expense, I would love to speak to you. Book a call. Let's have a chin wag. See you next week. Bye-bye.